Have you ever seen someone with snow white hair, bleached eyebrows and eyelashes, pinkish red eyes, and milky white skin? These traits are manifestations of a genetic mutation that causes a condition called albinism. You may think that albinism just affects someone's appearance, but this video will explain that albinism is more than what meets the eye. Albinism is a hereditary genetic condition that is caused by a mutation in one of several genes that produce the proteins used in the production of melanin. Melanin is a pigment in the human body that colors a person's eyes, skin, and hair. Because albinism is a genetic condition, it is inherited and not contagious. Albinism can affect people of any race or color, because different colors of skin all get their color from melanin. Animals and plants can be albino as well, but this video will focus on albinism in humans. There are several different types of albinism in humans, categorized under two main types, called oculocutaneous albinism, which affects the skin, hair, and eyes, and ocular albinism, which primarily affects only the eyes. This video will take a deeper look at oculocutaneous albinism in humans, the type which is most commonly recognized. Ocular albinism mostly just affects a person's eyes, and it is an X chromosome-linked mutation, so it is more likely to occur in males. Oculocutaneous albinism is the more widely known type of albinism. It is caused by a mutation in one of 4 specific genes, and it affects the amount of melanin in a person's eyes, skin, and hair. It is passed on from parents to their children. There are 4 types of oculocutaneous albinism. Each of these 4 types is common to specific races, and they have slightly different hallmarks. There are also some rare forms of albinism that have similarities to oculocutaneous albinism, like Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome and Chidiac-Higashi syndrome. However, each of these syndromes have resultant problems which extend beyond just the albinism. Animals and plants have albinism because of the same reason that humans do, but they have other pigments in their bodies instead of melanin. Albinism's effects can limit the survivability of plants and animals in nature. Now we will take a closer look at the genetics behind human albinism. As I explained before, oculocutaneous albinism is the result of a mutation on one of 4 specific genes. These genes contain the instructions for making proteins that are a part of melanin production. If these genes are mutated, then melanin is not able to be produced properly. Individuals can have this mutated gene without actually having albinism because it is a mutation on a recessive allele, or gene. For a recessive trait to manifest, a person must inherit 2 recessive genes. So, if somebody has only 1 mutated gene, they will not have albinism. Also, a child can only have albinism if both of their parents pass the mutated gene to them. In each pregnancy, there is a 25% chance that a child will have albinism if both of their parents have one of the recessive genes. There are many physical effects that having albinism can have on a person. The lack of melanin really catalyzes a number of things that can occur. A person's skin will be milky white because of the absence of melanin. Melanin is important in the skin because it filters the good and bad radiation from the sun, so people with albinism have reduced natural protection from the sun. Without melanin, people with albinism sunburn more easily and have a higher risk of developing skin cancer. Hair will be mostly platinum white, but depending on the type of albinism, it can be yellow or ginger too. Eyes will appear red or a pale blue-gray because of the lack of pigment in their iris. A person with albinism can appear to have pink or red eyes because their irises are transparent due to the lack of pigment, so the blood vessels on the retina are visible. Albinism affects the development and function of the eye as well. People with albinism can have a number of optical issues, like near or far-sightedness, rapid movement of the eyes, crossed eyes, and even legal blindness. Albinism also has its many social effects. People with albinism are often bullied or prejudiced for how they look, even though they can do nothing about their appearance. In some cultures, albinism is revered, and people with albinism are believed to have magical powers. For years, people with albinism have been gravely mistreated and even killed in parts of Africa. There are beliefs such as albino bones containing gold, or albino hair possessing good luck. Around the world, albinos are marginalized because they are different from those around them, and they are different from what is considered normal.